If your adult child won't talk to you, there's one thing that predicts whether or not you'll ever fix it. And most parents get this wrong. I'm a psychologist and I've worked with families for 30 years. And right now, 26% of adults in the US are estranged from their fathers, 6% from their mothers. That is 90 million people who have little to no contact with a parent. And here's what the research shows. The number one thing that keeps estrangement going: defensiveness, saying I did nothing wrong. The number one thing that leads to reconciliation: acknowledgement, owning your part, even if it's small. You don't have to take blame for everything, but you do have to own your part because you can't fix what you don't own. Let me show you what this looks like in real life, and then I'll tell you what you can do about it. Anthony Hopkins is a famous actor. He's 87 years old, and I don't know him, but I just read that he hadn't spoken to his daughter in almost 30 years. Recently, he told the New York Times something interesting. His wife, who was not her mother, invited her to dinner, but she didn't respond. So here's what Anthony Hopkins had to say about that. I wish her well, but I'm not going to waste blood over that. If you want to waste your life being in resentment, fine, go ahead. Then he said, you have to acknowledge one thing, that we are imperfect. We're not saints. We're all sinners and saints, or whatever we are. We do the best we can. And there it is. I did the best I could. Get over it. That is like telling somebody you're sorry that they got their feelings hurt. It's like telling somebody you're sorry if you said something that bothered them. It's not really sorry. It's actually telling them they have no right to even feel hurt. It's a complete dismissal. And it's no wonder his daughter didn't respond, because whatever he did or didn't do as a father, he's completely unwilling to acknowledge it. And even more, he's telling her to get over it. This is the pattern that I see over and over. When researchers ask adult children why they cut off their parents, they point to very specific things. It could be emotional abuse, manipulation, boundary violations, feeling unsupported, or feeling unaccepted. But when they ask the parents, they get a totally different answer. They might say the child's bad relationship choices, a sense of entitlement, a third party turned them against us. In one study, nearly 80% of estranged mothers blamed someone else. Only 18% said it was their fault. That is less than 1 in 5. That gap is the problem. Because what adult children are asking for isn't perfection. They're just asking for acknowledgement. They want to hear, I see that I hurt you. I'm sorry. I want to do better. But instead they get defensiveness. I did the best I could. You're too sensitive. I guess I'm just a terrible parent. And when parents refuse to acknowledge any role in the harm, that conversation is over. And it's not because the adult child is unforgiving. It's because they've just been told their pain doesn't matter. Now, here's where this gets really interesting. These parents who are getting cut off right now, 20 years ago, I was working with them. I was working with their kids, who were kids at the time, and are now adults and cutting them off. I've been watching this pattern develop in real time for decades. I'd say about 15 to 20 years ago, I started noticing something with teenagers, and this was a sudden shift. They were pulling away from their parents unlike I'd ever seen before. This was not normal teenage stuff. It was real disconnection. These teenagers were no longer close to their parents. When they were separated from them, they didn't miss them. They were apathetic about the relationship with their parents. Those same teenagers are adults now. They have kids of their own. And they are the ones who are cutting off their parents today. I'm not really surprised to see these people saying, I've had enough, I'm out. Because they've been disconnected for years. And now when they ask for acknowledgement, they get told to get over it. Here's the part that's really fascinating to me. While these adult children are cutting off their parents, they're also panicking about losing connection with their own kids. So the generation most terrified of losing their kids is the same generation walking away from their own parents. They're doing what they're afraid their kids might do to them someday. And here's the problem. They don't know what connection is because they never had it. They want it so badly, but now they're parenting from a place of fear. Fear that they'll mess up. Fear that a wrong move will ruin everything. fear that their child will one day cut them off too. A lot of these parents are trying what we call gentle parenting. And look, the core idea is good. In gentle parenting, we respond with empathy, we respect our child's feelings. But when gentle becomes permissive, when you're so afraid of conflict that you stop setting limits, that's where it goes wrong. You're not being gentle, you're being afraid. So they overcorrect, they become anxious and self-monitoring, they watch every word, they apologize for things they shouldn't. They avoid setting limits because they're afraid their child will resent them. And in trying so hard not to lose connection, they start to lose their credibility. Because anxiety doesn't build strong relationships. Fear doesn't create security. You can't parent well when you're afraid of your child's future judgment. So now let me talk to both groups here. If you're a parent whose adult child has cut you off, or if you're a younger parent who's terrified this will happen to you, here's what you need to know. Estrangement isn't just one fight that went too far. It's the end of a long process. Most people who go no contact have spent years trying to fix this. They've spent years trying to fix the relationship. They've set boundaries. They've had hard conversations. They've begged for things to change. And when nothing shifts, they walk away. I don't know Anthony Hopkins' daughter, but I just don't think it's a matter of her not being able to get over it. I think it's much more likely that she tried many times over the years, and the only message she got was, I did the best I could. What else do you want from me? Maybe she didn't even get that. Maybe he just didn't even show up ever. So now she's walking away like many of these adults are doing today. And that process pains me because it could have been stopped so much earlier and so much easier than you think. Here's what you need to do. If you're a parent whose adult child won't talk to you, the first thing to do is to acknowledge harm without deflecting. If your child says you hurt them, own it. Be humble. Don't talk about what your intent was. Just say, hey, I see what I did to hurt you. I wish it weren't so. I'm so sorry. I want to do better because you matter to me. Remember, you cannot fix what you don't own. Second, respect their boundaries, even when they sting. If your child says, I need space, don't panic. Just say, I respect that. I'm here when you're ready. Now, if you're a younger parent who's afraid your child will walk away one day, here's what you need to focus on. Connection and credibility. You need both. Connection, it's about making your child feel seen, safe, and understood. Credibility is about having clear boundaries and high expectations. It's not only okay to be demanding, it's necessary that you are demanding. When those two come together, your high expectations coupled with your warmth and relationship, now you've created a foundation that will last for a lifetime. Now, for the older parents who are being cut off from their kids, let's talk about repair. This is something most parents miss. Apologies aren't so much about guilt as they are about your child's experience. So saying sorry is fine, but real repair sounds like this. And I'm going to go back to using Anthony Hopkins as an example. You're right. I was a lousy father growing up. I was an alcoholic and I wasn't around. I should have shown up more in your life, and for that, I'm deeply sorry. I want to do better going forward. I want to have a relationship with you now. Can you imagine if he actually said this to her? Again, I don't know her and I don't know him, but I just imagine she would have accepted that immediately. When we make repair, we don't excuse it. We acknowledge feelings and we get vulnerable. The beautiful thing about vulnerability is that it almost instantly builds intimacy, real connection. Repair isn't weakness, it's leadership. And it's the single most protective factor against estrangement. Repair keeps relationships strong. That's how you stay close over time. Estrangement isn't just a trend, it's a response. It's what happens when people finally have the language and permission and courage to protect themselves. And the parents who avoid estrangement aren't the ones who never make mistakes. They're just the ones who can admit it. They can admit when they're wrong. They're the ones who listen more than they defend. Parents don't need to be perfect. You just need to be real. We need to show up with warmth and strength, connection and credibility. That's what builds relationships that last. not just through childhood, but throughout an entire lifetime. If you're afraid your child might walk away one day, here's the truth. You can't control how they remember you, but you can control how you show up today. And if you keep showing up with humility, consistency, and love that doesn't need to control, your relationship has every chance to endure. You can find more at drtoddtalks.com. I have an online course called Connection and Credibility. It walks you through exactly how to build strong relationships with your kids, the kind that will last a lifetime. If you're not ready for the full course, I have dozens of free videos, podcast episodes, and articles on my website. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment, send me a message, or drop a review. All right, I'll see you next time.